This is Mario from shockandfit.com, and today I want to talk about how to accurately measure fat loss and why, if you're not doing it, why you have to do it. So why do I keep saying like tracking, measuring, logging, writing down, and using tools like MyFitnessPal or Evernote? The main reason why you should be doing this is because it's very difficult to stay on track and move toward your goals if you don't have any objective feedback. Numbers are very objective and the weight scale does not lie. If you measure yourself on a weight scale, if you use tools like these, you will be able to get like really good feedback which will fuel you and keep you motivated to keep doing what you're doing to get those good results. So for tracking fat loss and tracking how much muscle you have, I personally use 3 tools. So tool number 1 is a weight scale, a digital weight scale, plain one you can get in any shop in your city or wherever you live. Tool number 2 is a caliper. You can get a caliper on eBay for $1. It's not an excuse not to have one. Tool number 2 is tape. So these 3 tools are, in my opinion, essential if you want to maximize the results you get from your diet, which is maximal fat loss and minimal muscle loss. So how to use a weight scale? Basically, you want to be measuring yourself every 3, 5, or 7 days, and you want to keep a log of these numbers somewhere in a document or like Evernote or an Excel sheet, so that after a few months, even after a few weeks, you have a nice graph of what's going on with your weight. Is it either going up or is it going down? So this will continue to motivate you to stay on track, and it's gonna keep the diet on your mind every day you measure yourself. Tool number 2 is a caliper. So how to use a caliper? Caliper is a very simple tool to use. It basically takes measurements from certain parts of your body to tell you how much fat you have. And some of the spots are like your upper chest, or like you can do your waist or thighs. And I will link you below this video in the description a website where you can input your numbers from the caliper, and with tutorial videos how to measure yourself with the caliper to get accurate measurements week in, week out, so you know if you're progressing. Tool number 3 is a tape. It's a simple tape, and the reason why I want you to use a tape, especially for the guys that want to keep their muscle and prevent muscle loss, is because when you measure yourself with a tape, you know if the weight loss is coming, if your calorie deficit is too much, if your muscle is going down. So the 3 spots I measure myself at is the biceps, the waist, and the thighs. So these are the 3 spots I measure myself once a week if I'm on a calorie restricted diet. So I want to make sure that I'm not losing more muscle than I should be losing while I'm still losing fat. So there's no way to completely avoid muscle loss. There's always going to be a certain degree of muscle loss, but the goal of every diet is to maximize the amount of fat you lose while retaining the maximum amount of muscle possible. So to do this, you need to be measuring yourself. By measuring yourself on a weight scale, you're pretty good with measuring how much your weight is changing. But the caliper and the tape are additional tools you have to be using if you want to really get those good results and hit that single percentage body fat level with a lot of muscle, so you look amazing. And this is something I've used, and every time I've tried to do some kind of diet without measuring myself, I would always keep falling off track or getting really not those great results which I want. And one other time I want you to be measuring yourself is when you're trying to bulk up. The reason why I want you to be measuring yourself even while you're gaining muscle and while you're trying to gain as much weight as possible is because you want to be minimizing the amount of fat you gain while you're still gaining that muscle. So you want to be using that caliper even if you're like bulking, even if you're if you believe that you can get away with eating a lot of food and that will go to muscle. The reality is the amount of muscle you can gain per month is limited, and it's limited by your genetics, by your experience, by the quality of your workouts, by the quality of your diet. So you want to be at least making sure that you're not gaining excess fat while you're still gaining that maximum amount of muscle you can be gaining that month. So that's all what I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching this video, and as always, subscribe to the channel and I'll be posting more videos like these in the future, and thanks for watching. Bye.